Hi, Mr. G Shave here. Sorry I missed yesterday, I just wasn't up to it. I was, as I say, the tablets are really knocking me around a bit, but I feel up to it now. So here we go. I've forgotten which shave number this is. I'll put it up in the screen somewhere over here. It's 30 something, I'm sure. Right, here we go. So today, let's start off with the software as usual. I'm using Balm BE. So that's the pre-shave. I'm using, feel like treating myself, really do. So I'm using Tabac. And I basically scraped some out. I don't know whether you can see that in there. Scraped some out and put into my shaving bowl. I'm using Boots, Tea Tree and Witch Hazel as a tonic, or a witch hazel, and then as a bit of a change to a splash. You'll see why in a second. I'm using Davidoff cool water aftershave as a spray on. It's a eau de toilette, so it's not a splash, but the reason I'm using that is because I found a tube of cool water, Davidoff cool water aftershave balm, so that's why I'm using the spray. Hardware wise, brush, I'm going with the Yaqi 26mm Evil Zebra brush. So looks like that. Nice brush size. When I like all the Yaqi brushes, if I'm honest. I mean, my favourite one I think is the Silver R400 for my face, and for my head that's a difficult one. I'm still with the 28mm. That's a nice one. I haven't really used the others enough to decide. I did like that, the 34mm that I had yesterday, not yesterday, it was Friday, for the head shave. That was a really soft, really nice brush. Anyway, back to the hardware. I'm going with the Muhle Rocca, and this has got a Gillette Nacet on its second use in there. I just decided, because I've left the hair grow a little bit longer, obviously, because I missed yesterday. The bowl is the Giles Shaving Company bowl, beautiful bowl. I've put the soap in already. Love this bowl. So I'm going to get myself ready, put my pre-shave on, and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I've just put that much pre-shave. I thought I'd show you the pre-shave this time. I'm just putting it on and then rubbing it in. So there we are. So that's the pre-shave in. And then I'm going to lather up. I'll show you the beginning of the lather, but you know, as lather takes a while to build, and I try and keep my videos below the 30 minutes. So I'm just going to go straight in, and it just builds the lather straight away. It's quite a dry brush, so I've squeezed out all the water and then shook it twice. So this is going to take a little while to lather. So I'm going to lather this and I'll be right back. Right, here we go, all lathered up. This is what it looks like when it's lathered up. Looking rather good, I think. And in the bowl, quite a lot of soap. I mean, I love this shaving bowl, I really do. I don't know why I don't use it. Well, I do use it quite often. I go through sort of stages of using bowls or just lathering on the face, or it's, you know, but I do enjoy bowl lathering. There's something cathartic about it. It just, and when you get the right result like I've got now. Right, so on with the spray. So, hang on, get it through. So I lathered that for about a minute and a half, something like that. And straight on with the soap. There are certain soaps I'll really take the time with. Unlike the soap, I think, I don't know whether you can see it on the top of my cupboard up there, that, oh, what's it called? GOF Trumper, the limes. I might get myself a tube of glycerin or something to put in that, and whenever I'm lathering that up, it might help. That was a bad experience. My worst experience actually with a shaving soap. But apparently their creams are good, so. Anyway, let's not dwell on the negative, let's dwell on the positive, shall we? One of the positives is that it stopped raining, but it's still really dark and cloudy out there. I mean, it's been raining most of the morning. It's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. So on Sunday, which, you know, as I say, I'm a day late, just wasn't feeling good. Very unsteady on my feet, quite dizzy, and it's weird because the side effects of the medication I'm taking aren't listed as dizziness and that kind of, it doesn't normally have that effect, but when you add all the other medication that I take to it, then I think that's probably the combination so that's caused these side effects. Right, so with the grain, this is an aggressive razor. You can feel the blade, very aggressive, but it's gone through that. It's basically gone right down. It's almost BBS on the first pass. I say almost. But you can really feel the blade with the Muhle Rocca. It's good weight to this, really nice. Yeah, it's not BBS, but that way it is. It's smooth. But as soon as you do that against the grain, you can feel it. But nevertheless, amazing. It's cut right through that growth, no problem. And when you consider this Nacet, I think it's on the second use. So yeah, it's at its prime on its second use. And it's mowing through it. I'm having to lean over to the side because I've put the camera back over on this side of the mirror. I didn't like the angle of my last video. I think this angle's better, but I have to lean over to see the mirror. So it's a bit more awkward, but there you go. So that's first pass done. Let's go on with the second. Yeah, we've got weather-wise, this weather is apparently with us until at least Thursday. So, and then we might find it lightening up a bit. I think the tail end of the week we can expect some clearer, sunnier weather, so maybe my next shave will be a bit brighter, you never know. I love this soap, I must admit. The smell, it's not for everybody, I know that, but I don't think there's a soap out there that everybody likes. I mean, there are people, everybody has their own scent profile, I guess, the ones that they like. And this is definitely one of my favourites. Sandalwood is one of my favourites, and then anything citrus, definitely. But I must admit, Tabac, I didn't buy any Tabac for quite a while because I was hesitant, because I'd heard it was such a Marmite product. Now in America, I don't know whether you know what Marmite is, but it's a spread over here in the UK. I think it's called Vegemite in Australia. It's a spread you put on your toast, and you either like it or you don't. There's no in between, I don't think, with that spread. And it's the same with this soap, I think. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, so across the grain for me, again, this side is straight up, so. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel this is an aggressive razor, but it's smooth. Certainly with this Gillette Nacet in it, really smooth. Really nice, really nice. The fit and finish of this razor, lovely, really good. Oh, I'm nearly making a mistake. I'm going against the grain on this side. It's a cross. It's because I did that tutorial video. And if you haven't seen it, go back and have a look at it. If you're new to this kind of shaving, go back and have a look. Had a few new subscribers. I'm terrible with names, so I can't remember them, and I haven't brought down the list, which I meant to do. But I will endeavour to maybe put them down in the comments section. Not in the comments section, in the description section below. Thank you for your new subscriptions, really appreciate it. It really is. It encourages you to carry on. Recently I went through a fairly dry patch in terms of subscriptions. I think I went a couple of weeks without any new subscriptions. And after a couple of weeks with very few comments and very few subscriptions, you start to think, oh, am I doing something wrong? But they've started again, so I'm happy with the way things are going now. But if you please consider, subscribing to my channel, it does help. It does encourage me to do more. Put in the comments section what you'd like to see, and I'll do it. That beginner video was as a result of a comment somebody put in that section, and they put that in on the head shave on the Friday night, and I did it on the Saturday. So I will respond to comments, and I will do certain shaves as long as I've got the items in question in my den. If I have to buy them, then I have to think about it. I have to think, well, do I really want this item in my den? Is it something different? Is it something... Soaps, I might well buy a soap, but another razor, it's got to be different to what I've already got. This one was different because it's the only black and silver handled one I've got, and it's the only Muhle razor I've got. So, that's where this one was different. against the grain on this side. For you would be across. Can really hear that sing. Very comfortable shave, but you know it's an aggressive razor, so you are extra careful with it. Definitely not for a beginner, this one. Right, let's go with this side. I don't know whether you can hear that. I live pretty close to an airport, so that's something I've noticed since the COVID relaxation has come in. Our local airport, you know, I wouldn't say it's a major airport, but it's not a small one either. You know, there were no flights, or hardly any. Some private planes when we were in full lockdown, but now there are a lot more. But there's still not as many flights as there were pre-lockdown, pre this virus. But the other thing, they've changed the flight pattern, which I'm not really happy about. They seem to be flying straight over the village now. And whereas before they'd sort of come in at an angle and then skirt the outside of the village, they're now coming straight down the main road, and they seem to be really low as well. So I don't know what's happened with that, but that's the way it is. Right, so that's the third pass done. Let's see. Yeah, I still need to do a pickup just there, and more so there than there. Definitely there. Right, so let's do that. Get some more soap out of the bowl. Alright, it's just such a good soap. The smell, I don't know, it's just, for me it smells of luxury. Really nice. Definitely one of my favourite soaps. Right, so let's do the usual routine. So diagonally back that way, and then up against in the opposite direction. Being extra careful because, as I've said a few times in this video, it's an aggressive razor. That's got it. A little bit there. Riding the cap again. Riding the cap makes all the difference, you know. I pretty much did a standard against the grain and clean up pass, but riding the cap gets it that bit closer. There we go. All done. Right, I'm going to clean up and I'll be right back. Right, that's all cleaned up. Time for the cold rinse. Get this nice and cold. Wow, that's cold now. Oh. That's really nice. Right, I had a bit of mishap with my alum block. I dropped it, so it's in bits and it's cracked all the way through, so I'm hoping it doesn't fall apart in my hands when I put this on, but definitely a bit of a burn on this. But not excessive. It's a comfortable burn. It's the kind of burn you get when you know you've had a really good shave. I mean, okay, some people would say you don't get any burn when you've had a good shave, but I kind of like that tingly sensation. I've got no cuts, so to me that's a success. That's when I rate a shave. If I've got no cuts, that's a good shave. On my head, I'm still really learning on my head. It's you know, I only started recently. I'd have to go back and look at when I first did a head shave. But yeah, I'm still learning with a head shave, but I always seem to cut myself back there. But luckily, I mean, last time I think I just cut myself at the top of the head, but which was unexpected. Right, so you leave the alum on for a few seconds. Don't wash it straight off. Let it do its job, and go from there. Because I got a private email from somebody saying, how long should you leave the alum on? That's how long. About 10, 15, 20 seconds, and then wash it off. You don't have to wash it off, as I responded to the person in question. You don't have to wash it off. A lot of people don't, but it's definitely something I always do, because, as I've said time and time again, I find it quite itching. After an hour or so, you know, I can be sat watching television or eating a meal and it just starts to itch all over. So I don't like keeping it on. Right, on with the witch hazel. I'm actually going to use a different one, because it's nearly empty, this one, so try and use it up. Oh, it's so nice. You feel so good after a proper shave. Yeah, you can shave probably quicker with a cartridge razor, but you don't enjoy it. It's you time. You know, it's time for yourself just to enjoy the shave. Right. So, straight on with cool water, Davidoff cool water. Just lock that off. Don't normally use sprays, but as I found that balm, I thought, oh, and that balm must have been in the drawers for ages, so. There we go. I love the scent of Davidoff cool water, I must admit. Really nice. And then on with, there's next to no burn because it's a spray, so there's alcohol in it, yes, but oh, this is really runny. Hang on, I think I need to shake this. So let's just see how this, I mean, I'm not even squeezing and it's dripping out, so as you can see, it's quite runny. So I've put that much in, and on the face, basically the same smell. The same smell. Lovely. So that's me. That's my shave done. Sorry it was a day late. I just wasn't up to it yesterday. Didn't feel right at all. So, and I'm not feeling 100% today, but I had to shave. It was getting itchy. So it's bye-bye from me, and it's bye-bye from the Muhle Rocca razor. Great razor. Not a beginner razor, but lovely razor. Nice and smooth. See you next week.